All righty, World Wide Web, Sports and Tacos coming at ya. Ready, foosball fans. NFL Week 1, basically a wrap. We got Monday Night Football going on right now. Hopefully my Broncos can fend off the vaunted Geno Smith-led Seattle Seahawks. Not so great at the moment anyways. But just like always, I'm your host, Spencer Cadigan. We got Alex the G Unit Ginzel tonight. We got the guy from Philly, Ian Drummond, Joe, the Stallion Camparelli, Neil, the man in the shower, Fiero. And it was a crazy day of football yesterday. There was train wrecks literally all over the place. So let's see. Hey, Ian, do me a favor. Just mute your microphone until you're talking.
That's a good idea, Spencer.
You got all your ladies back there wrestling.
How did I do that? How did I do that?
Hey, can you guys see me, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you.
I can't see myself. I'm like loading.
Why you got a brick wall behind you? It's pretty sweet background. why aren't you repping the Raiders?
Fucking laid a brick yesterday. That's for damn sure. Or sorry for sure.
So this is like therapeutic brick wall. Joe has hit a brick wall for the Raiders.
That's funny. Yeah, they did. What we could start off right there if you want to.
Yeah, I can start off. I can start off.
Started off. What happened? How were they not able to at least cover the 3.5?
Well,
Stallion?
I told you.
I'm a Broncos fan, and I hate the Raiders. I hate them, but I figured that they would at least be able to cover the freaking 3.5.
Well, I said I didn't like it. I said I was going to take the Chargers. I actually didn't put anything on it. And it looked like the over was going to hit. It looked like it was going to, like how I predicted it yesterday, start off with a couple touchdowns, looked like a shootout. Then it didn't really turn out that way. And I don't know. I just don't think Derek Carr is the real – I don't know. He just has, like, flashes of eliteness, I just don't know if he'll ever bring the Raiders to promised land. And it happens like every year. Like, he has good games. He has great games. But then he, like – has duds like this, and I don't know, just a disappointing game.
Yeah, I mean, they were in it.
What?
Part of my top 32 theory.
You have to get rid of Carr. I think so too. I've been saying it for a while, and I kind of go back and forth with it. I kind of go back and forth with it because, like, sometimes he shows flashes of greatness, but like, he just has too many. And I think it's ever since remember when he had that horrible shin injury? When he snapped his chin really badly. Ever since then, it seems like he's just played scared. And like yesterday, it seemed like he was playing scared, like not hitting his wide receivers. And I don't know. Sometimes he just looks like a deer in headlights,
Throwing it too early. Yesterday, he reminds me of Drew Bledsoe after the Patriots.
Yeah, I could see that. I was a little young for that, but.
No. Unfortunately, I was disappointed with the Raiders. I think they have everything going for them. They got the coach. Derek Carr will not take them to the promised land. It's time to get another quarterback. Is there somebody that can get a veteran right now, or who would they draft?
And that's the problem. Who do you get?
Trades don't happen.
Who do you get better? That's Derek Carr. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. Well, did you hear that? Speaking of, did you hear that?
Well, dude, you guys. Well, real quick. I mean, and you guys. I mean, it sucks if what you're saying is true. It really sucks for you guys because he played just good enough last year to get a brand new, huge contract.
Yep. Yeah. Well, did you hear Dana White about a month ago saying that like Tom Brady was going to be a Vegas Raider, like it was done and deal, and John Gruden turned it down, and like Tom Brady, I guess, remember like before, like there was a quote of him saying they freaking turned me down for that guy. but it wasn't frickin' obviously. Like, and that was like what Tom Brady
Yeah.
quote, and now it's like, oh, he was talking about Derek Carr.
Yeah, Gronk came out and said we did go to the Raiders. If Brady would have went there, I'd go with him. But unfortunately that happened. But
Yeah,
Raiders,
those two would have had fun in Vegas.
Yeah, see, it makes total sense when you think about it.
Tom
They're
Brady
just in Vegas, like Brady would have loved that.
Yeah, but I guess we'll make it clear.
Dude,
Raiders need a new quarterback.
If Brady and Gronk would have ended up in Vegas,
how sweet
Brady would be getting divorced. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Giselle would be like, "You're done." Yeah. So, Alex, we caught some of that game yesterday. Like, what did you think of the Chargers and the Raiders game? I mean, remember how it was like, for a while there, it was like, dude, the Raiders suck. And then I was like, hey, watch this. I mean, basically, they were a 2-point conversion away from covering. I don't know. We were watching that game. What do you think of the Chargers Raiders watching yesterday's game?
It was kind of a boring game. Don't you guys think?
It picked up at the end. Yeah, that's true. You could say I expected a higher score game. It was a low. Yeah, it was. It was a boring game. It was.
Not much
It
was
started
happening,
off.
you know?
It started off hot. Then like the mid game was really boring. Then the end was exciting.
Yeah.
Alex was.
I chose the Chargers to win, and they won. So I mean, I'm happy they won.
Hey, I lost. I lost that bet. If you remember, I said Raiders.
So did I. I took the Raiders plus 3.5, and I figured when they got the ball back, went down, scored that touchdown. I remember, Alex, I looked at you. I was like, you watch. They're going to cover this game, and then who knows? Maybe they get the ball back, kick the field goal, tie it up, take it to overtime. I just figured we were about to see some like a little bit of Raiders magic there. Didn't happen.
Didn't
and
happen.
I mean, basically, if you think about it, didn't Carr throw like a real costly interception early-ish in the game that led to a touchdown for the Chargers? Joe, you were probably watching the beginning of that game, right?
I was just looking at the Broncos. The Broncos just made a horrible penalty. But what was the touchdown with Herbert?
Didn't Carr throw an interception that like in the the beginning of the game?
I think he threw two
that led immediately to a
because
with a team like the Chargers.
That did happen. I watch the games on Red Zone, so sometimes I miss some stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I guess, because I don't necessarily think the Raiders are like horrible after that game. But I mean, dude, they're one mistake away from maybe winning that game. If he doesn't throw that one
mistake.
I know. That's true.
Yeah, they just got to get rid of Carr. That's it. I mean, Carr, unfortunately, he's got those glimpses of greatness, but nope, it's not happening. And they got a chance to do something. They got Josh McDaniels, and he can make magic happen. But after watching Carr again do the same thing again, no, he doesn't believe in himself. You can see it.
Because what is this? This is probably like year 6 or 7 or 8, something like that for him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel bad because after last season, it looked like he was finally going to be a good-ish type quarterback. But, it's only one game. Who knows? And they did almost come back and win, but they were having to come back and win because of his mistakes. So
yep.
It sucks. Made me, that half a point. I thought that was money in the bank. And it looked like, there at the end, it had a chance. But that's what I get. That's what I get for freaking going with the freaking stupid Raiders. So,
I know. I can't believe you.
Next game.
How about the Cowboys?
We'll get to the Cowboys. I think.
How about them Cowboys?
Dude, we're gonna go ahead and finish with the Cowboys. Next game that I wanted to dive into was Cleveland and Carolina. How do you think that tastes for old Baker?
Referees were paid off.
Trash talk is cheap.
Bad refereeing.
Bad referee.
Yeah, but I mean,
Baker saying blaming the referees. Go figure.
Like Baker, I guess on the second half he wasn't as bad, but the first half of that game it sounded like he was horrible. and you're going against a team that just kicked you to the curb.
The start of that,
like he could have got.
He brought them back, but it was just didn't end well.
Too little, too late. And that's against what, Jacoby Brissett, right? Anybody, I was thinking about something like with the Browns, if they even end up going 500 until Deshaun comes back, like they're a playoff team. I mean, because he comes back week 11, right? So if they're like even 5-6, they could go on a crazy run and make the playoffs once Deshaun comes
yeah,
back.
but he's coming back. He's coming back in cold weather. I don't like that at all. He's a warm weather guy.
I know, but like, just imagine what that score would have been yesterday if Deshaun would have been quarterbacking the freaking Browns.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have even been close. So yeah, whatever. Screw Baker. At least as of right now, it kind of looks like my early season predictions about Baker are kind of coming true. Like I said, I think 2 years from now, he's holding the clipboard. Maybe not even in the NFL. So that's my crazy prediction. All right, moving on. What in the F happened to your Patriots, Bentley? Bro.
You know what? Do you guys remember 2 weeks ago I said Patriots going to lose to Miami? I said it. And then yesterday I was like, no, I'm going to give it to the Patriots.
That's more.
And you know what? This is not going to be the same successful team. I don't see this team going to the playoffs. I really don't. It's dysfunctional. It's a mess.
That game was 49-0 without Bill Belichick and his expertise.
It's just they're just playing bad. I feel like it's the same like last season. There's glimpses of hopes. They have the solid defense, and then all of a sudden they just fall apart.
Well, he doesn't have the players. He doesn't have.
I think something's wrong with the Patriots. They're not going to have that way. Remember before when Brady wasn't around? Like, let's say he got hurt, they still they played solid football. But I don't see that happening now. It looks like this is an undisciplined team. I think Belichick has gotten a little soft after Brady has left. I think Belichick became a little nicer, a little soft, and look what's happening now.
Alex, did you catch any of that? Did you see that the mighty Patriots lost to the Dolphins 20-7? Any thoughts on that?
We were watching the game a little bit, glancing at it, but yeah, I saw that they weren't doing very good.
It's like, you know what my personal opinion is? I think Belichick, it kind of reminds me of the very end of the Mike Shanahan era, like where they've had so much power for so long that no one can tell them anything. And that's kind of what happened with Shanahan. He controlled, not only is he the head coach, he was the GM, he controlled everything. And when I looked at what's his face's stats, it doesn't seem like, because this is year 2 for Mac Jones.
Yep.
And it literally seems like he will not let that guy like go wide open. Like he's
not that good. He was just ready to play in the NFL, but he's not that good quarterback. Okay.
Well, but I mean, it's year 2. I mean, it's like he was 21 of 30, which is great, but I have a feeling the majority of those were under 10-yard passes. 21 of 30, 213 yards.
If you remember the great Kyle Orton, that's just like him. He was like 7 yards a throw, 21.
Yeah, the dink and dunk. But the problem is, where's the Patriots defense? They got the greatest coach for defense, and they're not. Where's the defense? They're not doing anything. I think
they're all players. Their players are okay.
Yeah, I think this team right now, I think time has passed Belichick, and I think it's time to go to a new direction. Look at what Cleveland is doing with like Joe Burrows. I mean, they're just making it work. I mean, they find a way. They're playing with heart. And here's the Patriots. They got the best coaching, but it's not working well.
I think it could be the end of the dynasty.
I think so too. I believe so. Unfortunately,
I think we're finally seeing the real answer to who was most important to that dynasty. Was it Belichick or Brady? And it's pretty obvious it was Brady.
I'm going to give it both to Belichick because we know he's a master play caller. I mean, it is a team sport. I think it's the dynamic. It's like the Beatles. You put them all together, they create magic. One of them is great already, but you put them together, they just create the most amazing magic. So I'm going to give it with Brady. I'm going to give it Belichick and the whole team effort. Obviously, Brady's part of it, but it's still a team effort on the whole deal on that. And Belichick's a mastermind. But now,
who are the Beatles? Weren't they Paul McCartney's backup band?
Right?
Dude, the Broncos
wrong direction. I want to say yesterday I was very impressed. I know they lost, but I was very impressed with the Bengals. They look like they didn't skip a beat. I mean, how the hell is this guy Joe Burrow getting around? He has like no protection on the offensive line. He's just making things happen. Just imagine if that guy were with a solid team. So I want to say I think we could see another surprise with the Bengals again.
But
it's not surprising it happens twice.
Well,
breaking news for you.
What? Yeah. What's the breaking news?
The Broncos just fumbled at their 1 yard line to get in the end zone to take the lead.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Seattle just recovered it, so they're still.
Yo, what's going on with the Broncos? Are they playing so sloppy today?
They're making Geno Smith look like the best quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's Geno Smith.
But go on.
Come on, Broncos. God dang it.
Go on with your topic. Just thought I had to.
We were talking about the Bengals. I wonder. Yep. I kind of wonder how much of that was, Super Bowl hangover. And if you go back and you look at teams that have lost the Super Bowl, a lot of times they don't do that great the next season.
Yeah, you have to be honest about the Bengals. They weren't that good of a team. They just had Burrow pull a lot.
Yeah,
Burrow played some really good football in January. Pulled a lot out of his backside.
And that's what counts. January.
That is what counts, but I mean, 4 interceptions. I don't know. I mean, dude, he lost to Mitch Trubisky, bro. Mitch Trubisky.
Well, they really should have won the game. That was one of the nuttiest endings.
Remember, I'm going to throw one more thing. It was a division game, and whenever you have division games, no matter who's there or what, they're just tight games, division games. That's just the way it is, division games. So I'll give them that. Let's see what happens. But I was very impressed with the Bengals. They're playing with heart. That kid Joe Burrow, he's playing, he's playing with heart, man. That guy, you see him, he's trying, and he's got just like garbage around him. He's just making it work.
Yeah, that's a good point. It kind of reminds me of like the early days of Elway in Denver when he just had nothing. I mean, he had at least offensive line wise, I mean, the Bengals they got Joe Mixon. They got some pretty dope wide receivers. They just don't have an offensive line.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, how could you not have an offensive line during the offseason? They should have picked something up.
I think they did pick a couple of. That's what I thought they were supposed to be. Like their offensive line was supposed to be better this year, and it didn't really look like it.
No, it didn't. And you're not gonna play a weaker version of the Steelers than what they played yesterday. So, all right. Well, let's take a real quick break, and we'll be back in like a minute. We'll run some ads, and we'll be back to go over. There's a bunch of other train wrecks.
Come on. It's my time. It's my time. Last chance to get these fans roll like grind. Don't let it stay alive. It'll stop my grind. Brighter than the sun. Why sports and tacos? Because we're number one. We try to do things a little different from everybody else, and that's who we are because we party like the big dogs.
Who are the guys at Sports and Tacos? We're a bunch of sports experts who work together in a huge sports bar forever, and we know more sports than anybody in this entire world because we put our money where our mouth is.
All about having some fun. A little bit of sports knowledge from 3, 4, 5, 6 different folks, depending on the night. Let you know about what happened that day in sports. We'll get to it. Check us out. Sports and Tacos at YouTube.
Perfect. Sports talk shows where the hosts may be famous. When they get paid, no matter whether they're right or wrong, kind of like the weatherman, on Sports and Tacos, we only get paid to be right. So on Sports and Tacos, we put our money where our mouth is.
Right. This Sports and Tacos. We got freaks out there. We got 4 of them. We got 5 of them. We got special guests. We got a man in the shower. We got a brainiac. We got a guy that looks like he's supposed to be on Sports Center. And then you got me. It's all about the TMP, Sports and Tacos.
Perfect. Missing TMP and Bama tonight.
Yeah, we are.
They're at a Broncos party or something, so they're like, "Oh, put us on." I was like, "No, dude, it's gonna be insane where you are. It's not gonna work." So, anyways, moving on. Guy from Philly. Your boys had a good day yesterday. Did you watch the whole game? I assume. Ian. Yeah, never mind.
Philly, I think, will win the division.
Yep, won the division in week 1.
I think they're going to win the division. Cowboys are done.
Dude, yes. We'll get to the freaking the Cowboys game. Oh my god, Alex, what did you do? I mean, what did you think about your Chiefs yesterday?
They killed it. I'm not surprised one bit. I mean, Patrick Mahomes got 5 easy touchdowns.
Yeah.
They had some really good, they had some really good players. Chris Jones, Aaron Donald, Trent McDuffie, George Karlaftis. These are rookie players that just started, and they're looking real good. So, killed it. And don't you guys love their dance moves? Like at the end, after they make a touchdown, like Travis Kelce, like his dance move after he made a touchdown. They're just so fun to watch.
They did not miss a beat. They went into Arizona. That's a pretty good team. They were a playoff team last year, and they just freaking destroyed the Cardinals.
I think we had 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes. We had 2 touchdowns.
Oh my God! It's 44-21. Bama was definitely. I knew the over was going to hit in that.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I decided to take the dumb Raiders. Should have taken the over on the freaking Cardinals and the freaking Chiefs, but I think Tony was all over the Chiefs because that was only 6.5. So, anybody else got any thoughts on the Chiefs? And is anybody going to slow down Pat Mahomes this year?
The Chiefs?
Yeah.
The only way the Chiefs are going to fall apart is if they beat themselves.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's Andy Reid in the playoffs.
Yeah. I think. I mean, my God, this last 5 years, they've been solid every single time, and some kind of funny thing happens, and the Chiefs can only beat themselves. That's how good they look. That's how they look to me.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, and it's been a couple of years, I guess, since KC won the Super Bowl. I see Mahomes probably. As long as that guy stays healthy, I could see him winning 2, 3, 4 Super Bowls in his career.
Oh yeah,
it's like so good that it's like boring. It's like boring to talk about how good Patrick Mahomes is.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, as long as no distractions, just let him play and.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes threw for 5 touchdowns and 400 yards again today.
He makes it look so easy.
Whoopity effing do. I don't know. It's so annoying being a Broncos fan. Ian, you got your Ian. Can you hear me?
Yes. Still transmitting. Battery dying.
Real quick then, talk about your Eagles. They had a pretty good day yesterday.
I'm just Eagles fans actually. How many people are complaining about them winning? But the defense had, brand new players, and they did what they had to, but they gave some things they didn't have to give up. But I like if they're playing less football in November and December and January, they'll be in good shape. But just a lot of their pieces, like $100 million man, caught 11 for 155.
Yeah,
I think it matters. And new cornerback from the Giants, he had to pick 6. Just all over the new guys that played well. So that's
it's a barn burner, 38-35 barn burner, but a win's a win. Yeah. And after what happened in Dallas yesterday, that division could be anybody's division.
Yeah, and if Jalen Hurts again, I think he's a top 25 quarterback. And if he doesn't make mistakes, the sky's the limit. 0 interceptions this year. He does like not anything stupid.
Which
Actually, like Jared Goff is like there was a few all across the board yesterday of interceptions that really hurt teams. Like Jared Goff had one, Baker Mayfield had one. There were some really bad interceptions from veteran quarterbacks that really affected that. Mac Jones, that game was even at that point.
Yeah.
When he had his.
All right. The Eagles, that division could be the Eagles all of a sudden.
Easy.
Backed up, yeah.
What happened to freaking Green Bay yesterday?
I'm not worried about Green Bay at all.
They always start flat. Yeah, they always start flat.
Yeah, remember last year they lost like 3 games in a row, and Aaron Rodgers like, it's just the beginning of the season. Calm down, everyone.
or I don't know. I'd like to give credit to the Vikings too. I mean, like if you think about it, they were the NFC championship game against the Eagles in 2017. So maybe both teams are on their upcycle right now, where they've reloaded to the point where they're both winning teams. If you think about the Vikings, they're really good once every 4 or 5 years. So you believe in them, and they drop off a few years. So I think the Vikings might be on the upswing right now.
Yeah, but I mean, they lost Devontae Adams, and that's 23-7, dude.
Dude, their first game last year, they lost to the Saints like 30-3, and I think they looked like just as bad. Yeah, at home.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Green Bay at all. Let's wait next month.
We'll be bitching about them when we beat one of our teams.
The entire week 1 just kind of. It just looked. So many teams look so rusty, dude.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that one less preseason game, that like 11-day break between the last preseason game and the start of the season. Like, there was just some train wrecks of games yesterday. I mean, I'm looking at it. You got Green Bay getting crushed, the Bengals losing to the freaking Steelers, New England getting crushed by Miami. It's just weird freaking things that you wouldn't. I mean, the Cardinals not even showing up at home, basically. I mean, I know it was 44-21, but I mean, was it not like 37-7 at one point in that game? Like, did the Cardinals not go through training camp? Like, I mean, I know Patrick Mahomes is pretty sweet, but the Chiefs' defense isn't, to me, all that. You got freaking the Giants upsetting the Titans. How does that happen? Week 1, I mean,
2-point conversion. That's how that happens.
What's that?
There's a 2-point conversion.
I figured
they had a chance to win it though. After the guy missed a field goal.
I know, but the fact that I mean, to me, the Giants should be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. The Titans were like the favorite to make it to the Super Bowl from the AFC at one point last year.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Like going into the playoffs last year, the Tennessee Titans were the odds-on favorite to make it to the Super Bowl.
I don't know. Didn't they lose the first round? Didn't they lose in the first round?
No, they did. But like,
I don't know if they were the odds-on favorite.
They were
really?
like going into the playoffs because the Chiefs were like
kind of the Bengals beat them. Remember, that was a surprise.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, that was the Bengals. That's right.
And to just be like a couple of games. And an off season from that to come in on opening day and get beat by the Giants, like, what the F, and they're just train wrecks everywhere. I guarantee that Vegas made a fortune yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, dude, the freaking, any time the underdog wins a game or covers, almost all the time Vegas can go build a skyscraper because of it. Because the betting public in the world are kind of like Homer Simpsons, Oh, they're going to kill him. They're going to kill him. So whenever that doesn't happen, Vegas makes a fortune. And I guarantee Vegas. And usually that doesn't happen until you're pretty far into the season. Usually if they're going to get beat, it's in the beginning of the season before you actually know how good teams are or they aren't. So yesterday, I don't know. There was a lot of train wrecks in football yesterday. And I guess we could get to the biggest train wreck of all, and that's the 19-3, Tampa Bay beating Dallas. Not like Tampa Bay looked amazing, but dude, is Dallas's season. It's over, right?
Cowboys are
Yeah.
over, and I want to
Yeah,
make a statement. Look at Tom Brady. Man, I counted him out, okay? Having problems at home, missing practice. The guy just goes to work the next day and just plays focused, plays amazing. And Tampa Bay look very good, and their defense look amazing. Their secondary. So I'm really impressed. I got to take that back. I was saying Brady's going to play terrible, and I gave more credit to the Cowboys. But wow, God, what happened to those Cowboys?
Yeah, I can see this being like the
best
Broncos.
offense, couldn't even score anything.
I can see this being the Von Miller, Peyton Manning Super Bowl for Broncos, where the defense actually carries that team.
Tom
Yeah,
Brady
defense
played
was like
awesome. The Buccaneers played awesome. I think the Buccaneers right now, I know it's just the first game, but they played solid football. And if they stay like that, they are contenders. And I was counting them
No,
out.
I concur,
Just
but
think that.
I think the defense might be able to just lead that team, and if something happens to Pound, as old as he is, it's just
Yeah, that
that defense
defense.
might be able to pull out like 17 to 12 wins, or even like Elway's last year with the Broncos.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
defense is
defense
what won
wins
that Super Bowl.
games. Now, I'm curious to know, did you guys hear the rumor about the Cowboys? Is it true they were talking to Kaepernick?
They're probably talking to anybody who could throw a football.
They need
it's-
a quarterback so bad.
It's week one. I have a real
Kaepernick
quick
and
question.
Dallas, dude, I don't think that would work out.
How is Kaepernick? It's been like 10 years since the dude.
It's
was in
not
the
going to
NFL.
work out, but it'll sell jerseys.
That would be so funny, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
Can you
That's a good
imagine
one.
Kaepernick and
It's
Dallas?
not
I
going
don't
to
know
work, but
I
Jerry
don't know
Jones
if that
we
would
got
sell
Kaepernick.
jerseys, dude. Who in
It'll sell
Dallas would buy
jerseys.
that?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. It freaking.
But Cowboys need a quarterback. I mean, who's a veteran quarterback that's available right now? I can't even think of it.
Jimmy G. It's the only
Oh,
one.
isn't Jimmy G with the Niners?
He is, but they're talking about how Kyle
They're
Shanahan
not
came
going-
out today and said
How could
he
they
would-
not start Jimmy G?
They're not going to trade him because they drafted Trey Lance second overall.
Yeah,
Why didn't they start Jimmy G?
They
because
drafted
Trey Lance
second
is their
overall.
first. Yeah, Trey Lance is their new stud.
Well, he didn't play like a stud. I would have stuck with Jimmy G.
Alex, I've got a quick question for you because there was actually some controversy in preseason about Tom Brady and Giselle Buncher. Like Brady took 11 days off, and I just want to get your like a girl's opinion, anyways. And apparently,
You
like
know what happened, don't you?
the
Giselle got
rumor-
right home with Joe one night, I think. What happened?
Nice work, Joe. If that's true,
Joe did
High
right
five,
home one
buddy.
night. Giselle gave him right.
Yeah, right, dude.
I
That's-
read about it, and
Five.
it looked like it was a fight.
Five.
It was a big fight, and she's living somewhere else now, and she hasn't went home.
well, and it's because he decided to unretire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and I know yesterday's game, he played good. I still don't. My biggest fear with Brady this year, as long as he's healthy, Brady's going to always be Brady. But for some reason, I mean, dude, I don't know. It'd be great if he were to be able to ride off into the sunset with a Super Bowl ring, one more. But I see him getting hurt for some reason this year, and I just don't like. I guess what I'm getting at is like maybe it's just this uber insane competitiveness, because what on God's green earth does he really need to come back for this year? Like what does he have to prove?
He's going to need a new wife soon. Maybe he's trying to find her.
Well, that's what I'm kind of wondering. Like, is he just that insane of is he just that insanely competitive to where, because I guarantee after last season he's like, okay, I'm going to spend some time with the wife and the kids. I mean, he's got he's got like a $350 million commentator deal just sitting there waiting for him whenever he wants. I think it's from Fox, or I think it's Fox.
Yeah, it's from Fox. Yeah,
It's from Fox, right?
yeah.
Why would you come back knowing that like your supermodel wife is going to get that mad about it?
Because he loves football, dude.
He loves the game. I mean, that's
Yeah,
proof
he
right
can.
there. He loves the game.
I get
Yeah.
it, but
And his wife is too
dude,
selfish, anyways. You know,
If
she's
I was her, I would leave him. If I was her, I'd be
yeah,
done.
she's gonna leave him anyways. Women don't
Yeah.
stick
Well,
around. You know,
Alex is the voice of reason
they're
again.
long gone.
well, this is the thing. Like, dude, you have absolutely nothing left to prove. Nothing.
He's
Yeah.
not trying. He's just playing for fun now.
Like, how many Super Bowls has he won? 7 or 8?
7.
7. So he
That's
has won.
insane.
I mean, so like, I don't know. I just kind of wonder, like, what's really going on.
I think he probably tried to make it work and then just realized, okay, this is broken now. Forget it. I don't want to be home with this woman nagging at me and forcing me and leveraging the kids and not cooking dinner and brainwashing the children to hate the father, making them feel guilty. He said, I'm out of here. So, you know, he's got where's his sanctuary? The football field. That's a sanctuary. It's a football
It
field.
is.
Yeah.
But
And you know what's going to happen? He'll probably win another Super Bowl, and his wife doesn't care. She'll divorce him anyway, so he probably knows that already, and oh well.
I
And
don't
at the end
know.
of the day,
It's just
Tom
weird.
Brady
It's
is
just
the man.
weird to me. It's
He's
just
married
weird.
He
to
does
the
not
game.
want a divorce.
He's married to the game.
Yeah.
If I was
Tom
her, I
Brady-
would leave him.
Tom Brady is a good man, and his wife, her ego doesn't want that to happen. So what's going on is the wife is
Well-
willing to make the children suffer and break the family up in divorce. So that way it's a broken family. When instead she could just swallow her ego and be a supportive
Well,
wife, but she ain't going to do that. So
well, but I
never
mean,
marry
okay,
Super
think,
Bowl
well,
wife.
I know. I think about it like this though. I have a feeling she's been waiting to have a day-to-day husband probably for 20 years.
She knew what she was getting into with him. She knew that. She knew that. But, you know,
yeah,
first-
but I mean, you know, like, dude,
Start
I
having
just
kids
think-
and shit stuff. It makes it different.
well, that's
like
her
Tom
job.
Bra-
Take care of the kids at home. That's the
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
it just, you know, well, no, that's not,
True.
I don't know if that's necessarily her job, but
Yeah.
Well, Brady
Like-
comes from a
is
conservative.
okay. Here again, listen.
household,
This
you
is
know?
what I'm talking about. Is it? I just wonder if, in the end, Brady retiring and then unretiring is going to be worth it in the end.
It's worth
He's
it.
I don't know.
The
I mean,
family's.
if
He knows his wife's seen him. If you look up a few years ago, the wife already was bragging back then. I'm going to divorce him. This is back in like 14 or 15 already. She was saying that publicly. Look it
I
up.
guess,
It's somewhere
you
out
know,
there.
They are
You know
you know,
already.
huge celebrities. Yeah, who knows?
You know, his wife was a Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio. You know, I mean, she's one of those Hollywood people. So, and Brady's a conservative guy. You know, he's just a simple dude, just wants to play football. That's all. And would like to have a nice traditional wife at home, taking care of the kids, supportive and loving, not, you know, like, where are you at? And trying to control them. I mean, that doesn't work.
Yeah, I guess, you know,
Yeah.
you might be right. I don't know.
I'm an expert with women, so trust me. I know all the tricks.
I don't know if I still don't know if this season's gonna. I mean, they're gonna be good as long as he's healthy. That's my fear, though. You know,
And
you
it's
can
all
only-
the defense.
it-
If we got
it's
that
the-
solid defense,
No, it's not that.
Well.
This is the NFL. You have huge men trying to break you on every play. And
that's
he
true.
he has dodged those bullets every year except for one when he got his knee blown out. You know,
KC.
you know, man, you go to the well too many times. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we'll
just-
see what
I-
happens, but
I root for him. I mean, I totally get
he's
it.
having fun. It's that simple. He's having fun, and man, he's playing with a bunch of kids. Brady's 40. He's my age, 45, and he's playing with all these 20-something-year-old kids. They're like, hey, you know. So it's like he's playing with a bunch of kids. That's how he feels. He's just enjoying the football.
Yeah,
He's enjoying the
and
game.
he doesn't have Gronk now, so you know it'd be like going back to your old job and not really knowing anybody, you know. So
Yeah, we all know
Um,
Gronk was an animal. He took a beating now.
We got Mike Evans and Godwin.
Yeah.
yeah, but overall, I just I don't freaking know, dude. I don't know.
But that
Find out.
defense, imagine knowing you got a defense and knowing you don't have to make all these crazy plays, not unless like so really, really necessary. So I think this team's playing with a chip on their shoulder. They got a new head coach. They want to create history, and I think they got a good chance at being a contender. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well let's take one more break, and then we'll dive into the other kind of like lesser games and whatever other football news we got, and we'll look at kind of look ahead at next week real quick and probably wrap up this Monday night post NFL Week 1 show. So be back here in a minute.
All right, ladies and gentlemen in TV land. All right, ladies and gentlemen in TV land. YouTube Sports and Tacos, Mondays, Thursdays, and Sunday Fun Day. Come join us. YouTube Sports and Tacos.
Sports talk shows where the hosts may be sports talk shows where the hosts may be famous when they get paid no matter sports talk shows where the hosts may be famous when they get paid no matter whether they're right or wrong, kind of like the weatherman. On Sports and Tacos, we only get paid to be right. So on Sports and Tacos, we put our money where our mouth is.
Because we get paid to put our money where our mouth is. We tell you how it is for real, not what they want you to say. Listen to us, Sports and Tacos.
Cool, perfect. I love our commercials so much.
I do too.
They're the greatest things ever.
They're good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you on one, Alex, and then Joe Bentley.
Yep.
Or actually, I have some Bentley commercials. I need to remember to upload those. Bentleys are actually pretty good. So, anyways, wrapping up the train wreck that was Week 1 in the NFL. The Ravens beat the Jets 24-9. Lamar looked pretty sick. I mean, freaking.
I'd like to start off with that, just since that's my quarterback. Alex, how's your man's team doing? How's his back end doing? 'Cause he's absolutely.
I heard that you kicked his butt.
Yeah, that was led by Lamar Jackson, though. He did look good. That was a boring game. You know, I watched that game on, I don't know if you guys watch Red Zone ever.
But, yeah, I do. I like Red Zone.
Yeah, Red Zone's sweet. They did not show that game, at all. And it really kind of irritated me because I wanted to see my quarterback play. So,
yeah.
I really did not see much of it. But, Lamar did look good. He had some good throws. I guess I thought the Jets were supposed to, kind of be, they were supposed to be bad, but, on the upswing, I guess. It doesn't really seem like it with their three-point outing. And
20, yeah. I mean, Lamar, 17-30, 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's a pretty.
It's a good stat line. He had a good game.
Yeah, that I don't know why. I always have to get clever. I always got to try and get clever when I decide to make my pick for the week. I can't just take the easy. The Chiefs are going to crush the Cardinals. Baltimore is going to crush the Jets. No, I have to go and freaking take the stupid Raiders, go against Tony. See, like I said, Alex, if we go back and play the video from yesterday, I have a feeling Tony was right a whole bunch.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, and that's the thing that's the hardest part is for years he says these things and I'm just it's always a big number. He's not afraid of big numbers. I'm always scared of big point spreads in the NFL. And many times he's just, nope, don't worry about the 10.5. They're going to crush.
Yeah.
I go the other way. And the man has a gift. Let's see. New Orleans beat Atlanta. Jameis. I think Jameis actually had a pretty good game. Another freaking Tony prediction. He was saying that freaking at least at New Orleans, they didn't cover, but he was saying that New Orleans was kind of like his dark horse team this season. Jameis, 23 of 34, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns. They got the win against the Falcons. Who is the Falcons quarterback? I forget. I have to check that. Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, it was Mariota. And
Jake Delhomme or something.
He actually did decent yesterday. They were showing a lot of that game. There's some big plays in it.
Horrible.
You know who's a stud is Cordero Patterson for the Falcons.
Cordarrelle Patterson.
Yeah, he had a really good year last year, and I kind of just forgot about him. And once again, he had every time that guy touches the ball, he breaks out at least a 50-yard run and scored another touchdown yesterday. I think he had 13 touchdowns yesterday. Yeah, he's like a sleeper. He carries that Falcons team.
I guess. I mean, yeah, because
he's like a running back and a wide receiver. He lines up as a wide receiver sometimes, will run the ball sometimes. He's like a Deebo Samuel type player. Really,
yeah,
quite impressive.
Yeah, Deebo. I think Deebo had a pretty good game. I know he had a touchdown for me yesterday. Anyways, he had a 20-20 tie in the. I mean, I guess a lot of people are probably pretty high on Indy this year as a sleeper. I don't know how they
deserve to be a tie. That game was so boring. The ending of that game was pathetic. Neither team could move the ball.
Just another trash week one, just trash game, Jacksonville and Washington, 28-22.
Oh, dude, I live betted Jacksonville. I put $30 on Jacksonville, live betted it because they were 4-1, dude, and it was only 7-3, and I was like, Jacksonville looks good. I think they might have a shot at it, and they should have won the game, but they blew it.
I was checking on just to see how Trevor Lawrence, because Wentz had.
I don't know. I don't know if he's that good.
Dude, what is it? Just goes to show how valuable having Alex enjoy every game that you get to watch with Patrick Mahomes. Because in my life, I've got to watch John Elway do his thing and Peyton Manning do his thing. And I was listening to the radio the other day, I was talking to some Steelers fans, and they got Trubisky, they got that Kenny Pickett kid. There are organizations that just go forever and ever and ever without a great quarterback. Think about the Lions, dude. Have they ever, and they've been around since the 40s.
Stafford was decent, dude. But
he was good yesterday.
Yeah, he had
I know, but
no, he wasn't. He played Thursday.
Okay, well, put it this way: Stafford wasn't good enough to ever get them to the playoffs or the Super Bowl.
Staff?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, true. He threw up some huge numbers with those Lions years, dude.
But this is what I mean. Okay, let's pretend to go back in time, and Patrick Mahomes was a Detroit Lion.
True.
They're going to the playoffs and they're going to Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? John Elway took garbage to the Super Bowl 4 times. He got destroyed, but just the point is, it just a great, amazingly great quarterback is such.
Yeah.
You just got to enjoy it while you got it, because.
Oh, I am.
I was thinking about the Broncos. They drafted John Elway, okay, in 1983. They have not drafted another great quarterback since. They had to sign Peyton Manning at the end of his career. We just had to sign Russell Wilson, in the middle to later half of his career. Drafting that and I bring this up because of Trevor Lawrence. Because Trevor Lawrence was the biggest can't miss prospect in the NFL since John Elway. And, I don't know. I don't know. He might end up being dope, but at least as of right now, I don't know. The verdict is not in on Trevor Lawrence, because I don't know, dude. It's just so many times you all these quarterbacks that are supposed to be this, that, and the other thing just don't pan out, dude.
Yeah.
So anyways, you got, Washington and Jacksonville. I think, I guess, it was in the rain, but it was I guess it sounds like a pretty horrible game, but how did the Bears, end up It's just, I guess, maybe another example of what I was just talking about. With the Bears beating the 49ers, I for the last few months on the radio, at least Colin Cowherd has been talking about how secretly Kyle Shanahan is not convinced that Trey Lance is what they think he's going to be. And that's why, for the last few months, because they were talking about how, they're going to trade Jimmy G and Trey Lance is the heir apparent. And looking at it, I think he was right. Trey Lance, 13 of 28, 164 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Now, don't get me wrong. He's basically a rookie, and it was in the rain. Dude, that's a really good team. They just got beat by not a very good team. What do you think about Trey Lance, Joe?
I think he's just not that. He hasn't impressed me, and I don't know. I heard Peyton Manning once say, "You can usually tell a guy an NFL quarterback when they get drafted." He said you can usually tell within the first 30 minutes of a real NFL game. You can tell if the player's legit or not. Within the first not 30 minutes, but within the first game, you can tell, Peyton Manning says. So it's why not if teams start holding their quarterbacks out, he gets really skeptical, and I kind of buy into that. Why not just throw him in there? And so far when he has been thrown in there, he hasn't looked good. So I would sell him. So
yeah. So maybe that's the play. Obviously you don't have that much money. He's still on his rookie deal. It's not like he's,
Oh shit.
What?
Shoot. Sorry. The Broncos are going to get the ball back.
No. Yeah, I probably should be paying attention to that.
They're getting the ball back with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left, down by 1.
What's the score right now?
17-16.
17-16? Yeah, who knows? Okay, let me ask you this. So if you're the 49ers right now and Jerry Jones calls you up and says, I want to trade for Jimmy G, would you rather trade Trey Lance than Jimmy G?
Yeah. I don't know. I think they both kind of stink.
I know, but
I
think you're going to get a lot more for Trey Lance, though, because, he still has the possibility of big upside. What would you do, Bentley?
I'd get rid of Lance. Go with Garoppolo. He's proven already. Why can't they just put some good pieces around him?
Yeah, I don't know. He's not. He ain't Tom Brady, but I think if you had a good enough team around him.
Yeah.
We know. They literally woulda, coulda, shoulda won the Super Bowl, except for they ran into this guy named Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
His miracle freaking golden.
And the Rams
right
too
arm.
last year. They were that close. On the road. Remember, they went to Green Bay. This is why I like Garoppolo. On the road.
Yeah.
He could win playoff games.
So I don't know. There's just I was super excited for week 1, and we got a lot of garbage. A lot of train wrecks for week 1 football yesterday. This, dude.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty exciting week.
I guess it was exciting for the fact of underdogs beating favorites, but dude, I don't know. I would hate to be a Cowboys fan right now. Bro, that freaking the Cowboys are toast.
Texas is losing in everything, in all of their teams. They've been losing.
Yeah, it's just.
I saw a meme. Kansas versus Texas, and all the Kansas teams are ahead and winning, and Kansas football, they just won the Big 12. And
what about baseball though?
Yeah.
Nobody. Well.
Yeah, that's true. No one cares about baseball.
Well, they got the Astros.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The Astros
cheating as cheaters of all the cheaters. So, anyways, let's just kind of real quickly look forward to this week and this weekend. Thursday night is a huge game this week.
Chiefs versus Chargers.
Chiefs Chargers, dude. I'm not looking at any lines. What do you think the line is on that game, Joe? It's at Kansas City.
It's at Kansas City. I'll say the Chiefs 4.5.
Alex, how much do you think the Chiefs are favored by in that game?
Let's look.
I'm not good with the number thing.
Just guess. Just take a guess. How many points do you think the Chiefs are going to beat the Chargers by?
10.
Ooh.
10.
Bless you.
I've got the answer. Spencer, what's your guess?
I'm going to say 1.5.
I win. It's the
Wait.
Chiefs 3.5.
3.5.
How do you know?
Vegas puts the line out already.
Yeah, I put the lines out.
Oh.
Put the lines from next week.
Just looking at any other good games this week. Miami at Baltimore could be a pretty good game.
I think Miami's going to scare some people, dude. That team is fast, man.
Let's see. I'm going to say that game is Baltimore -3. You got all the lines up still, Joe?
Yeah, it's -3.5.
3.5. What will now be a good game? New England at Pittsburgh, at least on paper.
Oh, well, I'll try to get. I put it down. I'd
Who
say.
do you think's winning that game, Alex? New England or Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
You think Pittsburgh?
I'm going to say Pittsburgh they're favored by 2.
Wow, I'm going to call that a pick 'em.
And why are there so many Pittsburgh fans here in LA? You know, the bar that we were at yesterday.
Oh, good. That was almost a fucking.
Fans
Dude,
everywhere.
This is a shocker. It's the Patriots -1.
Yeah, that's pretty much a pick 'em.
Yeah.
You know why that is, Alex?
Why?
It's like that all over the country. It's because back in the 80s when all the steel mills closed down, all the Steelers fans had to scatter throughout the country to get jobs. That's why they're the best traveled team in the NFL. Because the steel industry in America was just huge, and in the 80s it collapsed. And freaking they started apparently outsourcing, steel to whatever, China and other countries. So all those like millions of steel mill workers were out of work, and they had to go other places to get jobs. And that's why there's Steelers fans everywhere.
Gee.
Like one of my favorite bars in Denver, up in Westminster, that I grew up with, was a freaking Steelers bar in the middle of Denver. It didn't make any sense.
Wow.
So Tampa Bay at New Orleans could be interesting. Just cause Jameis freaking had a good game.
Tampa Bay for sure.
Probably, but Joe, look at Tampa, New Orleans. What's the over under on that?
44.
I think I'd be taking the over on that like all day.
Yeah, I like that.
You got no good. Kind of interesting. Cardinals at Raiders. That should be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, I think I saw it was like Raiders by like 2.5, I think.
Then you got, what would have been a good game. Cincinnati at Dallas. That's pretty much it. Those are the best. You got Minnesota at Philadelphia, Tennessee at Buffalo, Chicago at Green Bay, Houston at Denver. That's pretty much it. But there's some decent games coming up this week, so I have a feeling there's probably some good college games also. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's NFL Week 1 is a wrap. What's the score of the Broncos game right now, Joe?
It's about to be 2-minute warning, so I kind of want to watch. Just 2-minute warning, 17-16. Balls at midfield. Broncos have it, 3rd and 2.
Sweet.
I've got one more thing to add. Alex,
What?
you should send a text out. You should have everyone for the fantasy league pay by week 4 or something.
Okay.
Just send a text out or whatever week. Don't you think that's fair? Week 4.
We were gonna talk about that too. Do you want to keep it at 100 each?
Yeah, if that or we can if it's too much, we can go to 50 or something. If that works, if that's
What
easier
do you
for
think,
people.
Spencer? Because that's still what, a $400 win?
$400.
Yeah, I'd be down for $50 if that's easier for people.
Okay, I'll I'll ask everybody. So
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
just get it in by week 4 or week 6. Then So that way, if your team's horrible, you still like.
You still paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You still have a chance. Exactly.
You still have to pay. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yep. Sounds good. I'll
Cool.
do that.
And yeah, we should we should have more sponsors coming online. We'll have to talk to the baseball card guys. We'll talk to I'll try and get stuff lined up with the Maloofs, and start getting guests on. So slowly but surely, the show should get better and better, and
and better.
bigger guests, bigger sponsors, all the things.
That's right.
So. All right, everybody. Well, enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and let's do this again maybe Thursday night, possibly live. Live.
I actually got
a
date on Thursday, dude.
All right.
Yeah, right.
You what?
I said I've got a date on Thursday.
Oh, you got a date on Thursday.
Yeah.
Aww.
She's pretty cute too.
Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna take her?
I haven't figured it quite out yet.
Nice.
Someone pretty decent though. She's pretty cute though. So someone pretty nice.
Where did you meet this lucky girl?
Dude, she came in. So she came in for our brunch probably like a month and a half ago, right? Yeah. So they were all like flirty. I bought them a couple shots and stuff. And then I told them to go over. We have a beer garden next door. And they were like, what should we do after? I was like, go to the beer garden. I'll meet you over there. And I didn't get off for another hour and a half. But apparently they went over there and waited for me. And I actually walked over there and didn't see him. And so I didn't see him. But then they came in probably 3 weeks ago. They came in at night. She was like, oh, we went to the beer garden. I was like, oh, well, are we ever going to get drinks when I'm not at work? You know what I mean? And we were just chit-chatting, got her number. And then, you know what? I got her number probably 2 weeks ago. And then I texted her a couple days later. And the phone, it didn't say delivered or sent or anything. So I thought this chick blocked me. I texted her again a few days later. It went to green. So I was like, God damn. I was like, what did I do? This chick just blocked me. The day after, she gives me a call and she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I had finals all week and all this stuff. And I was like,
right.
But we'll see. It kind of makes me nervous that she has a boyfriend or something, but I don't think so. Now she's talking to me. Well, no, it made me nervous because I had a finals. She just didn't have her phone for a week. That seems kind of odd in this, in 2022. So I didn't really buy it. But
you got to be so careful.
Yeah, right. But she said she had finals and we've been talking a bunch now. So we'll see how it goes on Thursday. Yeah.
Cool. We'll have fun. And yes, Spencer, I'll probably be. I want to go watch the game at Jalapeno Pete's. So that's the Chief Bar, Studio City, right down the street.
Oh, cool. Yeah, maybe.
It's a huge Chiefs bar. So, and
Great.
I just realized that's I'm close to it. So
nice. Yeah, let's maybe do it. So
yeah. Okay, you guys.
Right. Awesome.
Good
All right,
night.
dudes. Everybody have a good one. Talk to you soon.
Later.
Okay. Bye.